Welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns.
Oh, it's great to be back.
You know we love to explore the stories behind iconic foods.
Yeah.
And today we're taking a deep dive into a regional delicacy that might surprise you.
Okay.
The hot Texas wiener.
All right.
Now,
Lay it on me.
what's fascinating here is that despite the name, we're not actually heading to Texas.
Really?
Our journey takes us to Paterson, New Jersey, the birthplace of this unique dish.
Paterson, New Jersey.
That's quite a trip for a Texas wiener. I'm already intrigued.
Ah.
You've got to tell me more.
Okay. So picture this early 1900s.
Okay.
Paterson, New Jersey,
Right.
bustling with immigrants,
Right.
including a Greek man named John Petrellus,
Oh, wow.
takes over his uncle's hot dog stand.
Okay.
And well, the rest is culinary history.
What makes this hot dog so special? Was it a secret recipe?
No.
Special cooking method?
Both, actually.
Yeah.
It's not just any hot dog with chili on it.
Okay.
The hot Texas wiener is a very specific combination of elements.
Okay.
The hot dog itself has to be a blend of pork and beef. And the sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, the sauce is where things get really interesting.
I'm all ears. What's the secret behind this legendary sauce?
It's more like a Greek spaghetti sauce than a traditional chili.
Okay.
Each place that makes them
Yeah.
has its own closely guarded recipe,
Wow.
passed down through generations.
A Greek spaghetti sauce on a hot dog.
Yeah.
Now that's fusion I wouldn't have expected. But it makes you wonder,
Mm-hmm.
is there a connection between the influx of Greek immigrants to Paterson
Huh.
and the development of this unique sauce?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible.
Right.
Immigrants often bring their culinary traditions with them,
Mm-hmm.
adapt them to their new surroundings.
Right.
It wouldn't be surprising if Greek flavors found their way into the local hot dog scene.
Yeah. That's what I love about food.
Mm.
It's a window into history and culture.
Yeah.
But let's get back to these hot Texas wieners. I read about a place called Johnny and Hang's that was legendary
Oh, yeah.
for their version.
Johnny and Hang's, a true institution.
Yeah.
Sadly, it closed decades ago.
Oh, no.
But people still reminisce about it.
Wow.
They were known for their commitment to quality.
Yeah.
Legend has they had a $14,000 steam-jacketed kettle
What?
just for making their sauce.
$14,000 kettle.
Yeah.
That's some serious dedication. I wouldn't have thought a hot dog sauce needed that kind of investment.
Think about it. To create a consistently delicious sauce in large quantities,
Okay.
you need precise temperature control,
Sure.
even heat distribution.
Mm-hmm.
A high-quality steam-jacketed kettle
Right.
ensures that every batch is cooked to perfection,
Okay.
preventing scorching or uneven cooking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
They really elevated this dish to an art form.
absolutely.
And speaking of art here at Soggy Buns, our Maryland-based food truck and catering service.
Oh, yeah.
We also believe in elevating classic dishes with a touch of our own magic.
I like it.
We're always experimenting with new flavors and techniques.
Huh?
And we can't wait to share our take on the hot Texas wiener with you later in this episode.
Can't wait to hear about that.
But first, let's continue our exploration of the classic hot Texas wiener.
Okay.
We've talked about Johnny and Hangy's.
Yeah.
But what about other places that have kept the tradition alive?
Well, there's Libby's Lunch.
Oh.
They've been serving hot Tex wieners since 1936.
Wow, from the Great Depression to today.
Yeah.
That's incredible. They must have seen a lot of history unfold over a plate of hot dogs.
Absolutely.
I bet those walls could whisper tales of hardship resilience and maybe even a few first dates.
Uh-huh. I bet so.
What about newer places?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any that have made a name for themselves?
Definitely. The Hot Grill,
Well-
while a relative newcomer compared to Libby's, has gained a cult following.
Really?
They're known for their long lines,
Okay.
efficient service, and of course, their incredible hot Texas wieners.
Long lines, huh?
Yeah,
That's usually a good sign.
definitely.
People are willing to wait for good food.
Mm.
It makes you wonder, what is it about this dish that keeps people coming back for more
Well,
generation after generation?
I think it's a combination of factors.
Okay.
There's the nostalgia factor for those who grew up with it,
Right.
but it also appeals to a new generation.
Yes.
Looking for authentic, flavorful food experiences.
Okay.
And then there's the sauce, of course.
The sauce, yeah.
That unique blend of spices and that touch of Greek influence. It's something truly special.
Yeah. It's amazing how a simple dish can have such a rich history and cultural impact. Speaking of impact, if you're in Maryland and hungry for some culinary history,
Okay.
be sure to check out Soggy Buns' take on the hot Texas wiener.
All right.
You can find us online at soggybuns.com.
.com.
That's B-U-N-Z with a Z.
Okay.
for our menu location and catering info,
Great.
but don't go anywhere just yet.
Yeah.
We've got more to uncover about the hot Texas wiener right after this.
Looking forward to it. So we were discussing the enduring appeal of the hot Texas wiener.
Yeah, before the break,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on why this dish has remained so popular for over a century?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the simplicity.
Yeah.
Affordability.
Right.
Good hot Texas wiener is a satisfying meal. Doesn't break the bank.
Yeah.
Especially during tough times like the Great Depression.
Yeah.
That accessibility was even more important.
You're absolutely right. In fact, John Petrellis, the man who popularized the hot Texas wiener, was known for his generosity during the Depression.
Oh, wow.
He actually increased the size of his hot dogs
Okay.
and kept the price at a nickel,
Wow.
making sure people could afford a decent meal.
That's incredible. It speaks volumes about his character.
Yeah.
And his commitment to the community.
Yeah, giving people a bit of comfort and normalcy during such a challenging time.
Yeah.
Something special. You know, it reminds me of what we strive for at Soggy Buns, bringing people together through delicious food and shared experiences.
It's a beautiful thing when food can be more than just sustenance.
Yeah.
It can be a source of comfort, connection.
Yeah.
Even hope.
I agree. Speaking of comfort,
Yeah.
let's talk about another crucial element of the hot Texas wiener experience, the bun.
Ah, yes. The bun. The unsung hero of so many great sandwiches.
What can you tell us about the history of buns in the hot Texas wiener world?
Well, it wasn't always the soft, pillowy bun we associate with the dish today.
Right.
In the early days, hot Texas wieners were often served on simple, crusty rolls.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
A simple roll would have been readily available.
Yeah.
And inexpensive.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there was an evolution in bun choice as the dish gained popularity.
Exactly. As the hot Texas wiener became more established, vendors started experimenting with different types of buns to enhance the overall experience.
Okay.
Softer steamed buns became increasingly popular. They offered a better textural contrast, the snappy hot dog and the rich sauce.
That brings us to soggy buns.
Yes.
And our unique take on this classic dish.
You bet. Soggy buns, as you know, is renowned for those famously delicious melt-in-your-mouth buns.
Yeah.
It's that special steaming technique you've perfected, isn't it?
You got it.
Uh-huh.
We can't reveal all our secrets.
Of course.
But let's just say we spent a lot of time perfecting the art of the soggy bun.
Okay.
We want our buns to be incredibly soft and pillowy. The perfect vessel for soaking up all that flavorful sauce without falling apart.
And that's a key point, isn't it?
Yeah.
A soggy bun, in this context, isn't a bad thing at all.
Right.
It's about creating a harmonious blend of textures.
Exactly.
The bun complements the other ingredients rather than competing with them.
Absolutely. It's all about balance.
Yeah.
We want that signature sogginess to enhance the overall enjoyment of the hot Texas wiener.
Right.
So the bun becomes part of the flavor experience, not just a vehicle for holding it.
Makes sense.
But we don't stop there. We source the highest quality hot dogs made with that traditional blend of pork and beef.
Yeah.
Just like the recipes from Patterson.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, we make our own sauce from scratch.
Nice.
Using a carefully crafted blend of spices.
Okay.
That pays homage to those Greek influences we talked about earlier.
It's fascinating how that blend of pork and beef has become such a defining characteristic of the hot Texas wiener. It speaks to the importance of tradition and authenticity in food culture.
Absolutely. And when you combine those top-notch ingredients with our signature soggy buns,
Right.
well, let's just say it's a match made in culinary heaven.
It sounds absolutely mouth-watering.
I think so.
I can already imagine those flavors and textures coming together.
And let's not forget about the toppings.
Yeah, the toppings.
We keep it classic with mustard and chopped raw onions.
Okay.
But we also add a touch of Maryland flair with Old Bay seasoning
Oh, nice.
as an optional topping.
Old Bay. The perfect way to bring a bit of local flavor to this New Jersey classic.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've really thought through every detail.
Well, from sourcing the best ingredients to adding those unique Maryland touches.
We aim to please. And for our listeners in Maryland who are now craving a taste of this culinary history with a Soggy Buns twist,
All right.
you can find us online at soggybuns.com. That's B-U-N-Z with a Z.
Got it.
Check out our menu, find our location, or book us for your next event.
Sounds it.
Welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns. We've been on quite a journey with the hot Texas wiener, haven't we?
We have. It's amazing how much history and culture are packed into a single dish.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder that food isn't just about sustenance.
Right.
It's about stories, traditions, and connections across generations.
So true. Speaking of connections,
Okay.
we're based in Maryland.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, is there anything comparable to the hot Texas wiener in Maryland's food scene?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Maryland is known for its seafood, of course.
Right.
But in terms of hot dogs, there isn't one single dish that dominates the landscape.
Okay.
Quite like the hot Texas wiener does in New Jersey.
Right.
However, Marylanders definitely have their own unique hot dog preferences.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me about Maryland's hot dog culture.
Well, one popular variation is the Baltimore hot dog.
Okay.
Have you ever had one?
I can't say that I have.
Really?
What makes it a Baltimore hot dog?
Traditionally, it's a grilled hot dog,
Okay.
often cooked over charcoal for that smoky flavor,
Okay.
topped with mustard relish and chopped onions.
Sounds pretty standard so far. What's the twist?
The relish is key.
Okay.
It's a bright, green, sweet pickle relish.
Okay.
Adds a tangy sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, no Baltimore hot dog would be complete without a generous sprinkle of Old Bay seasoning.
Old Bay.
Gotta have it.
Of course. It wouldn't be a Maryland dish without it.
Right.
So it sounds like Maryland's hot dog scene is more about regional variations.
Yeah.
Personal preferences rather than one iconic dish.
Exactly. It's a melting pot of flavors and influences.
Yeah.
Just like the state itself. That makes sense. I think that's part of what makes the hot Texas wiener so successful here.
Uh-huh.
It taps into that love of simple, satisfying comfort food,
Right.
but with a unique twist that sets it apart.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Familiar yet different.
Yeah.
Offering a taste of another region's culinary traditions while still feeling right at home in Maryland.
Right.
And speaking of making things feel right at home,
Yes.
Soggy Buns has done a fantastic job of blending the hot Texas wiener with Maryland's own love of soft steamed buns.
We like to think so.
Yeah.
We've taken a classic and given it a Soggy Buns makeover.
Yeah.
Combining those time-honored flavors with our signature soft pillowy buns.
Oh.
It's a match made in culinary heaven.
I'm inclined to agree.
Ah.
This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the cultural significance of the hot Texas wiener.
Yeah.
It's more than just a hot dog. It's a reflection of history, community, and the enduring power of simple, delicious food.
Well said. And I think that's what we try to capture at Soggy Buns.
Yeah.
We're not just serving food.
Right.
We're sharing stories and creating experiences.
Yeah.
We want our customers to feel a connection to the food they eat. And the hot Texas wiener is a perfect example of that. It's a dish that has the power to transport you back in time.
Yeah.
Evoke memories and bring people together.
Absolutely. Food can be a powerful force for good in the world.
I agree.
So for our listeners who are now craving a taste of this culinary history with a Soggy Buns twist, where can they find you?
Easy peasy. Just head over to soggybuns.com.
.com.
That's B-U-N-Z with a Z.
Okay.
To check out our menu, find our location, and connect with us on social media. We're always happy to share our love of food with you.
And I have a feeling there are many more delicious deep dives in Soggy Buns' future.
You bet there are. We're always on the lookout for new and exciting culinary adventures to share with our listeners.
Well, thank you for taking us on this fascinating journey through the world of the hot Texas wiener. It's been a true delight.
The pleasure was all ours. Thanks for listening to the All Things Soggy Buns podcast. We'll see you next time for another delicious deep dive.